The main focus of this tutorial is multiplication. There is a little bit of addition, but the main idea is to teach you how to multiply using a spreadsheet. Again, it's a pretty busy spreadsheet, loads of comments, so let's go through them one at a time and make sure you can do all these skills. So first point here, make the heading larger and italicize it. So we've got our heading, click into cell A1 and our font size. Right, we're set up font size 10. When it asks you to make it larger, it doesn't mean make it huge and go to 72 or 48. It means something reasonable, be sensible. Now if you're size 10, anything noticeable, like a 14 or a 16 is perfect. There's no need to be ridiculous and go all the way down the sizes. Next comment is italicize. Italicize just means italics, and that is the one in the middle of the I or the B and the U. So it even tells you the shortcut there, but in this case just click on the I and it puts it into italics for you. Now next, just hide that comment, right click in it and delete comment. Again, makes you a bit more space and makes it a bit more visible. Next, wrap the column headings. Now if you remember from a previous video, we looked at wrapping headings. Click on the 3 and that will get all the row headings in that particular row. On the home tab, wrap text and the B for bold, and bolding just means put into bold. Now again, they have wrapped, which is fantastic, but just be sensible. Think about how you want them to appear. Make them a bit wider so everything appears as it should, so it looks a bit sensible. And then let's make our column shorter, not as tall. So there we go, looks a bit better already. And again, let's delete this comment and it's gone. So we're on here now. Make this column wider. So we've already had to wrap text and we've now got to make it wider so we can see all of the entries. Now to make our column or a row wider, in this case a column, hover between the A and the B, you'll get this double arrow. Left click down and drag. When you drag to the right, it will unwrap this heading, but that's going to be okay. And as long as all these entries are visible, that's fine. Now let's right click and delete that comment. So a bit more space. As these comments are deleted, more space to work with. Here, sort the hotel names into alphabetical order. So highlight all your hotel names, sort and filter, click on sort A to Z. And you want to. This means it will sort the rest of the data on that particular row with it. And click sort, and as you can see, it's all sorted into alphabetical order. Right click into the row with the comment, hide your comment. Next one, insert a label total and bolden. Now remember, embolden just means put it in bold. Now when you insert a label, you've got to be consistent. Now up here we've got initial capitals, and that's what you have to do down here. You can't put it all in caps, it has to be the same. And again, let's just delete our comment. So we've done all the basic tasks. Or we can look at this one actually. Insert a formula to add the number of rooms occupied, colour the cell and add a thick border. Now, even though we don't have any answers here, we can still add in a formula. So as before, we want to add all numbers in column D. They aren't there yet, but they will be. And what we're doing is just preparing for numbers to be there. So equal sum D4 to D15. No numbers there yet, but once we've filled it in, of course there'll be. Now colour the cell. You want a colour that will still let you display your answer, so not a dark colour. Ideally the lighter the better. We'll go for a green. And it asks you to put a thick border around it. So let's click into the cell. And we want a thick box border. Click on there and we can see we've got a border around our cell. right click and delete your comment. Now here, insert a formula to multiply the number of rooms by the estimated occupancy. Copy this formula for all the hotels. So we want to multiply the number of rooms by the estimated occupancy. So there are 150 rooms in this hotel and they're estimating that 95% of them are being used. So our equal symbol, we have our number of rooms. Now our multiply symbol is your asterisk. That'll be on your number pad, or if you hold shift and push number 8, you'll get your asterisk. Then click on your estimated occupancy, push enter, and it gives you your answer. And let's just drag it in. Now obviously you can't have 0.5 of a room fill, so let's highlight our numbers and let's take away some decimal places. So of 150 rooms, they think 143 will be occupied, so on and so on. So remember, for multiply, it's always the asterisk symbol that you're looking for, like so, the asterisk. And let's just delete our comment. So, if you look at some of the options down here, it says show row and column headings and grid lines on this sheet. Now you can only do that when you're printing. So this is in your print setup. So if you go to File and Print and Page Setup, a couple of things you can do here. You always print a spreadsheet landscape. And then let's go to our header and footer tab, and you'll either be told to do a header or a footer. If you're doing a footer, it should be your name in the left hand section, the task in the middle, and if you are submitting something to the SQA, you'd have school at the right hand side. You'd have name, task and school. Now sheet, if you want to display your grid lines, you put a tick in the grid lines box, and if you want to display row and column headings, you of course tick the row and column headings box and you push OK. And as you can see, we've flipped it over to landscape. We've got our row and column headings, and that is what you print off. Similarly, if you're told to show your formula and print one of those copies, you just show your formula on screen, and that is what will print off.